What's going on, guys? Majin Parsa back again with another video. This is part 2 of the Paragus Cosplay. I did jump the gun a little bit, but don't worry, I'm going to go in depth on everything I did. So this is the full 3D printed scan that we went over last time from the actual armor. And basically I printed it in separate parts. You can probably see the different lines going along it here, 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 and even some of these brown spots right here. This is just wood filler. I did jump the gun a little bit. I wanted to get a head start on it, but I decided to stop that in the middle of it and just kind of go over what exactly is going on here. And also the dress portion. Now I know it's a little weird. It's literally a purplish pink dress. But you guys have seen the picture. It's kind of wacky. It's a good old-fashioned Akira Toriyama design, but good thing is the belt and the dress and everything look like they're actually on point. Obviously, I just have a little black shirt kind of here covering this portion, just to give you guys an idea of what it's going to look like when the actual stomach piece and the chest piece are put together. They're going to be white, not black, and then obviously the center part's going to be green, but that's after all the priming, filling, because right now you can kind of see this let me see on the camera right here, this kind of section that's white from the light shining. It's kind of sectioned off into little squares and parts because of the way it's printed. It can't print perfectly round shapes, so it's going in sections to slowly give it a curve. But that's the whole point of the wood filler and sanding it down. You guys will see all that in the different parts that I show you later. Now I'm just going to show you a little bit of close-ups on it, exactly what's going on, just to give you guys a little bit of a better idea of how I put this together. So as you can see, all these lines here, like this part right here and here, these were glued together because they were all separate pieces. The 3D printer is not big enough to actually print each piece individually. Now again, like I'm going to reiterate that this part is just a shirt that's covering this portion, just to give an idea of what the final piece is going to look like. You see how it's just one piece of armor, but actually it's all going to be separate sections. So this is going to be a section I strap onto my stomach. That way it'll give me mobility, so I'm not uncomfortable if I'm walking around a convention center or something like that. But it's just kind of to give me an idea of how it's going to look. Again, the dress part is a little bit weird to me. It's still a little bit funny, and I'm going to show you guys how I did that too, in case anyone has any questions on how I sewed that together. I was going to have a friend of mine do it, but I thought it's not too complicated. I can probably go ahead and sew it myself, and I did, so it worked out well. Now let me show you guys some of the details on the dress part. If you're trying to learn how to sew, this is not the right video. I am by no means good at this. It's just a couple of things I've picked up along the way while doing some cosplays, but this is a little trick I learned. So if you want to do folds for, I guess for skirts and dresses and things like that, I guess a technique they use, I'm sure there's an actual tool for it, but something I saw is that you use a fork and you basically use one end of it, just get a little hook in on the fabric, and you'll do this thing where you kind of turn the fork over on itself until it creates a fold like that. And you see how it kind of folds over on top of itself. And then when you're going through the machine, you'll slide it out, sew that in, and it'll have that little fold on there. So I'll show you just a couple to actually get an idea of what it's supposed to look like. So just again, fold it over, put it right next to it, and you see right there I have those folds. So it's, you know, 1, 2, every time you do that you'll get another fold, and then eventually it shows into that piece. Now all I did was sew those to a piece of elastic, just a random white elastic I had lying around. Really not that important because it's not going to be showing anyway. It's going to be under all the armor. It's just to hold it to my body. And again, it's nothing's fancy. You just layer this on top, and I sewed it down. I didn't even worry about the seam lines because it's not even going to show. Now, just to give you guys an idea of what everything looks like put together, minus the dress, I'm going to save that for later when I get closer to actually finishing it. I'm going to put it from the mannequin on myself. You'll see it's just one big piece, and there are a couple of things I want to show you. Now, before, the sides right here, they were actually filled. There wasn't a gap here. I decided a couple of reasons I made the gap. One, when putting your arms down, it was a little bit too bulky here, so I wouldn't be able to move it all the way down. I think it's gonna look better when I'm actually, you know, posing, looking for pictures or anything like that. It's gonna be more comfortable. It's not digging into my side or my armpit. And on top of that, the chest, kind of abdomen, stomach piece is gonna go across, and I'll have some elastic going along the sides of the actual, let me see if I can show you. I'll have some elastic going on the sides of the mannequin here, so that way when I put it on, it's going to cover that gap area. And it's just going to be white anyway. It's not like it's got to be a fancy shape or have any, special textures to it or anything. And again, this is just wood filler right here, so it's not really going to look like that. Obviously, it's going to be painted, sanded down. It's going to look more smooth. All these ridges are going to go away, but it's comfortable. It's not bad. I probably will need to put some kind of padding on the shoulders where it's digging into my traps. Just not feeling good right there. Other than that, it's comfortable. I can move my arms down. Again, you don't see that gap because my arm's covered anyway. And I can kind of move around my chest. I have no mobility issues. And that's why I'm having the stomach be a separate piece. Because that way I can turn, I can sit, I can bend around. I'm not gonna have any problems with mobility. But yeah, I didn't want to jump the gun too much. I was this close to just going around and starting the sanding process and doing all the wood filler. I just thought I should probably update you guys a little bit. I have been lacking on the videos for a little while. Again, this is just part 2, so it's not a big deal. I will come back to you guys when I actually start painting the suit and everything. I've gotten all the sanding down. I'm going to put a layer of primer, and I'll show you guys some of that later too. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys take it easy. I'll see you later.